President Donald Trump has done something which was unprecedented. He has announced, along with Marco Rubio and JD Vance, that the government of US is now in a state of war with Iran. They have bombed Iran, they have destroyed, or they have so-called claimed to destroy the three of the nuclear and uranium enrichment sites in Iran, which Israel was trying to attack before. And what they have used to destroy these sites is the B-2 bomber, right, which is the most advanced bomber, and they have used bunker buster bombs, the so-called GBU 57AB MOP bunker buster bombs, which can only be carried by B-2 bomber. Now, US earlier was in denial that they are not going to enter the war, but when they were undecisive. President Trump was decisive for a long time, but they have finally decided that it's time enough and they have to enter the war now. So what US has done is they have attacked the three Iranian nuclear sites, namely Fordo, Natanz and Isfahan, and President Trump announced these sites were around 90 meters below the ground under a mountainous terrain region, right, 90 meters below the ground. We'll come to the specifics of the attack, but just to give you a few of the information about the B-2 bomber, each plane costs around $2.1 million to be made, and they are the state of the art. They are completely stealth mode, meaning they cannot be detected with radars because their body absorbs the radars. They do not reflect it. They're completely hidden. No radar system they're basically a ghost of the sky, right? They cannot be detected, and the plan was to use this and attack in the silence. So these three sites are completely destroyed as per the claims of the US. We'll come to the specifics in a moment. But they have, with this attack, President Trump is now officially in a state of war. Although they have said that they don't want war, they want peace, and their approach is that this attack would lead to the peace in this region, because with strength, the peace will come. And Netanyahu, in his 1 minute address to the nation, has also said that this is a demonstration of the strength of US by bombing these three sites, and this will more likely restore peace. But my analysis is that this will only escalate the situation. Now this has given a reason for China and Russia to show their presence in the war, to basically align with Iran and go against Israel and US, and most likely this is leading to the formation of a bigger war. Now countries will start aligning slowly, and Iran has also taken a resolve to punish US for this action. Basically their sovereignty was questioned. US attacked a sovereign nation, period, right? It was not done through talks, not through diplomatic actions. It was a military action. So their sovereignty was questioned, and a lot of things are going to unfold now. So the most important one was the attack which came as a result of this, right? So the three sites have been claimed to be completely destroyed by US. Now, very important thing to be noted here is that these sites were 90 meters below the ground, but these bombs can only penetrate about 60 meters. So, and it's a mountainous terrain. So what Iran's local media is claiming, that these sites have not been completely destroyed. And since Iranians were already anticipating such an attack, most of the equipments and the personnel who were in their uranium enrichment program were already transferred. But as far as the attack is concerned and the success rate, so what US would have done is that they have first used the first bomb to drill a hole of around 60 meters, and then they have used precision strikes one after the other over that to make a combined impact of more than 90 meters. And doing that, they're claiming that they have now completely destroyed these nuclear enrichment site. But what is the actual damage, whether these sites have been completely destroyed or not, that remains to be seen. That only after the complete analysis will be done, will be out. But as of now, US is claiming that they have destroyed these sites, but it was a spectacular attack. I mean, the strategy and the planning of US was just nothing short of absolute brilliance and dominance in the military strategy. So these bombers were actually flown from US, and then they reached Hawaii, where they took a break, and from Hawaii again to a place called Guam, where again a US military base is there. Then from Guam they have reached Diego Garcia, from which they took the flight and entered the Iranian airspace. Now here again, Iranians were getting consistent and constant intelligence support from China and Russia that the attack was going to happen from the east, and their air defense was all alert, and there were chances that if the bombers would have entered the space from east, then they would have been attacked, and shooting down a B-2 bomber would have been an embarrassment to US. But US was very strategic. They deceived the Iranians by taking a flight with some of the bombers, the B-2 bombers from the east, but then the actual attack happened with different bombers from the west. So they were completely taken by surprise, and the attack was successful. So how far the destruction was done, that remains to be seen. But as per US, Fordo, Natanz and Isfahan, the three nuclear sites, the uranium enrichment sites, have been completely destroyed, and the B-2 stealth bombers have been a success, have demonstrated success, and demonstrated the strength of US in this whole region. A lot remains to be seen now. Strait of Hormuz, there is definitely going to be an impact on the oil prices and the indices. The stock market is going to be hit because Iranians control through the Strait of Hormuz, which is a very narrow strait of around 130 miles, about 20% of the oil supply, and Iranian Navy controls the Strait of Hormuz. So they will be completely now guarding that strait, and they will be allowing oil tankers to pass at their will. So definitely some escalation from Iranians is going to happen, and the world is going to be aligning with these two forces. And again, for some time, this war is showing no signs to get stopped. This will only be escalated. But you let me know in the comment section below what do you think is going to happen next. And I have a quiz for you. So Indians are now building Pinaka missiles. I have a question: what is the range for this missile? If you know the answer, do let me know in the comment section below. Well, that is again for this video. That is all for this video. I hope you found it entertaining and informative. If you liked, do give it a thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and I will see you again in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.